Hi, and welcome to findbuildingmaterial.com, the digital marketplace for the construction industry. On today's episode of Meet the Consultant, we have Architect Bilal. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, and thank you for having me within this interview. My name is Bilal Adnaan. Since my graduation day in 2007, I'm from BZ University, and I am in the architecture field.
Fantastic. And what countries have you practiced architecture since 2007?
Well, I started my career with the rehabilitation of old towns in Palestine for almost 1 year. Then I moved to UAE and worked on joinery and fit out for around 2.5 years. And finally, I joined consultant as an architect and promoted until reaching senior architect with the current company, Al Ghor Consultant in Dubai.
Beautiful. So Algerge consultants and from rehabilitation to joinery project, and now you're with Algerge, which is really interesting. So what would you say amongst all these projects is your most significant and why?
Well, I'm proud and lucky that I handled during my different job roles significant and viral projects that I learned from them and gave me my best. I gave them my best efforts. Starting from Reward Palestine, which is concentrating on conservation and rehabilitation for historical buildings to secure their value and identity for the coming generation. The best moment when we were selected as the winners of the International Aga Khan Prize for developing the Old Town in PZ. Moving to the joinery works, which was with Juma Al Majid Group and controlled by joint venture international company, including Japanese team for interior design of Dubai Metro Station. The building meant to be unique and futuristic with high level of coordination between all disciplines. And finally, with my current job role as a senior architect which is illustrating purely my university study. I believe my best moment was once we were selected the winners of UAE Post Office Competition design, since it was a big competition and covering the whole country. While in my current company, we are handling large-scale projects uh, since we are categorized as non-limited consultants. Also, we are dealing with significant valuable clients such as Imar and Shama. Within this job, my experience became more responsible and more mature, and the responsibilities increased, especially once being the project manager who is responsible not only for the architecture product, but also for the coordination between all disciplines, starting from dealing with the client in the concept stage and moving to detailing and approval from relevant authorities. Finally, issuing the project for execution with the proper coordination with the site team.
So you're saying that you're responsible for the entire design build process in
Yeah,
our consultant?
yeah, exactly. I'm the architect, so we are starting like from concept stage and dealing with the client. After that, to the authorities and detailing, and finally we are dealing also with the construction team in the site.
I like the fact that you've worked on significant projects within the Dubai urban landscape, from the metro station interior design to the bus stop designs and execution and all of that. That's really exciting to be in a company that is doing, all these, should I say, landmark projects when they are doing those. That's really, really interesting. So what would you say, in that you've been involved in terms of city planning and all of that, what would you say is the future of the built environment in the next 10 years? Where do you see the built environment and the future of architecture?
Well, day by day, the world is noticing the importance of going more sustainable to reduce the energy consumption and gas emissions. However, I believe that there will be more reliance on natural energy resources and more improvement in the building insulation materials and more efficiency in the building services equipment.
So building efficiency, increase in natural materials, correct?
No, natural resources. I mean, like
Natural
yeah, like sun, like wind. Now, world is going through these options to um, like to cover the energy requirements for the building. to reduce amount of fossil fuel consumption, so that reducing the gas emissions.
Beautiful. So, and more energy efficient buildings. You said building insulation and use of natural resources.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So, with your interesting range of products in terms and projects in terms of rehabilitation, of a center in Palestine, as well as all the cityscape projects you've worked on, what would you say are some of the major challenges you're encountering as a design build firm or architect, and what are some of the solutions that you've embraced to overcome these challenges?
Well, there were many projects with different challenges that I handled. In my previous company, we were asked to design multi-story cold store building for fresh and vegetables and fruits. The challenge was to design something new no one dealt with before, since the ordinary work was to construct a single floor only, not multi, so it will be easy to control the insulation of walls, flooring, and ceiling. While in the multi-story, it's something different, since you are dealing with many additional factors such as vertical and horizontal situation like lifts and stairs, the condensation between floors, and loading and unloading strategy. And finally, the material insulation required to handle this project and to be in line with the relevant authority requirements. But finally, with a good research and hard and team work, the project accomplished successfully and has been operated 16 years. In my opinion, the pains and challenges, starting from respecting the improvement and improving the client point of view, and the budget, the available budget must be highly taken into consideration. Also, the limitations and constraints requested by the authority must be followed. Moreover, the architect must be updated and acquainted for the new materials and construction trends. And finally, the architect must lead the project professionally, since he is the key person in this process.
I like what you said about budget and materials and all of that, because finebuildingmaterial.com happens to be a digital marketplace for suppliers, contractors, and consultants. So it's quite interesting to know that this is one of the things you're facing as a consultant, and to look into solutions for that. Okay, awesome. So what would you say, this is really crucial, what would you say is your superpower as an architect? What sets you apart?
As I told you, must be up to date and acquainted always for the new techniques and construction trends. In each field, the searching of knowledge must be continuous and non-stop and at any level, and sharing the knowledge and accepting and advice from others. Finally, the teamwork should be priority to strengthen the outcomes.
So being knowledgeable is one of your superpowers.
Ex-
Collaboration, that's sharing this knowledge. Yeah,
Exactly, yes.
collaboration. And what was the third thing you said?
And also the teamwork should be the priority to strengthen the outcomes.
To strengthen the outcomes. So the
Yeah,
collaboration ends up in strengthening outcomes. That's really, really powerful. Really, really powerful. Super Bilal. Awesome.
thank you.
So finally, would like to know, what is your dream project and why?
Actually, in my current study, my dream project will be something emerging from sustainable point of view to create net zero energy building in a sufficient, low cost and affordable possibilities, so that everyone can adopt the idea and apply it personally. The same need deep study and understanding of the building systems and materials, in addition to exploring the climatic features to find the proper way of dealing with and even utilizing it for the benefit of the building. The idea is not something new. It has been studied for many years, and remarkable progress has been achieved, which will make it easier for researchers, since he or she will not start from point zero. And finally, I hope that I have the proper time, support, and encouragement to contribute in such fundamental achievement. Thank you.
So this is really interesting. You have an interest, and your dream is to further the research that has been done in the sustainability space, and to have more energy efficient buildings.
Exactly. We call it net zero energy building.
Net
Means,
zero energy building.
yeah, means that any building is consuming energy, but we are trying to make the building produce the energy that equal the consumed. So it's like net zero. There is no outcome, no income, or even to make it in plus, like what you know in European countries, there is something great that you produce energy from solar panel, something like this, and you use it for your home, and the extra you will share it in the grid, and they will pay for you for that.
So you want to contribute further to the research of
Exactly,
net
yes.
zero energy buildings, such that
it's not an easy thing, because you know it's like relying on many factors like climate, like rules in the country that we are dealing with, uh,
exactly
available resources, and also يعني, the most important thing is the cost.
the cost of the
Yeah.
project.
The
So
cost of the project, not only the project, also the items that I will add it to achieve this net zero energy system.
fantastic. So we really look forward to seeing your dream project come to life. We really look forward to seeing your contribution to the sustainability space, and we look forward to collaborations as well. Sure, from consultants from all over the planet, joining in this research and collaborating with you to take forward the knowledge that has been gathered so far. Thank you,
Thank you.
Architect Bilal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.